Hey everybody, happy Sunday. It's a special Sunday Facebook Live showroom pick of the day. As you can see who I have here.
Super excited.
Shaking her moneymaker.
What?
Shaking her moneymaker.
Shaking my moneymaker. Who said that? That's awesome.
I said it.
Oh, you said it?
Yeah.
Happy Sunday, everybody. We are here at Hillbank Motorsports and super excited because this is the first place, as it should be, that this amazing, beautiful vehicle came home to. How awesome is that?
So exactly what are we looking at?
We're looking at my overhauled car, which is going to be on Tuesday on Motor Trend TV. Episode 2 of season 10, and it's called Shelby Shenanigans. They overhauled my car. So
How cool is this?
I know, it's amazing, right?
So this started out 15 years ago as my car.
Yep.
And then we built the Future 40. We have my Future 40's sister brother here.
Sister brother.
The V8 Coyote, whatever it is, here,
brother.
which is kind of funny. More on our Future 40 later. But as part of that deal, I gave you the Daytona. But I had probably used this within the last inch of its life.
It was pretty worked over.
Yeah.
By the time that
a lot of track days,
a lot of
time.
miles. You had a lot of track. We call it what? Road rash on the front. Is that what it's called?
Track rash.
Track rash.
Yep.
And I mean, you listen. We drove it the way it was supposed to be driven, and enjoyed that car. We actually took that car up when we got married 5 years ago up in Paso Robles. Packed everything in the back, wedding dress included. And we did the whole entire wedding around the car. Number 88, if you want to show everybody.
Yeah, Chip kept the number 88 on there for us.
Which is great.
Which is awesome. And while we're looking at the back, let's talk a little bit. You want to kind of walk us through some of what Chip did to the car?
Oh man, he did so much, and I'm gonna have you help me out. But I mean, literally every square inch of this beautiful vehicle, he modified. I mean, and he did it in such a way, it was so subtle, and you guys are going to see it all in the episode. You know, it's going to be really fun to see it actually as they were doing it. But in the back, what he did is obviously he changed out the lights. So those are from a Camaro, right?
Right, yeah. The taillights are 70 Camaro taillights.
Yep.
And
super cool.
He used the same lights, he just tinted them different. So that's cool. And then the bumper's a 70 Camaro bumper.
I love the bumper on there, which is great. And he actually he moved. Did he move the lights? I feel like he.
He
redid the back.
They're totally different. So they're not even close to in the same place. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So he moved them. Yeah. And then of course.
And what about the license plate?
Oh, the license plate is amazing, right? So there's a story. Every bit of this car has a story. So the story with that is Peter and Gail Brock actually came to the reveal at Overhaul'd when they gave me back the car, and really amazing friends of ours, and had a big role to play in this car from the onset with Doug. And I've been fortunate enough to be in their life as a result of being married to Doug. And so they came out for the reveal, and we were chatting over dinner about my poodle that I had, ironically, as a young little girl. And my poodle's name was Fancy. And Gail gave me this amazing idea, Gail and Peter, for the car, to name it My Fancy. And so that actually came from them. We ordered.
Gail went so far as to check on the DMV website to see if it was available on their way home.
Yeah.
And let us know. So I ordered it up the next day.
So we had dinner with them after we got the car back on the reveal night, and they stayed with us overnight, and My Fancy was born.
Yeah. And
So,
Chip's vision on this was if Shelby had done a street version of the Daytona Coupe back in the day, instead of just a race car, what would he have done? And so that's part of the reason he added a bumper on the front. Well, bumpers on the front, this bumper on the back. He actually lowered the rear spoiler and then widened it. So the rear spoiler would normally end right about here, and he came all the way out.
We could show them side by side in a minute. We'll kind of show the difference. But yeah.
But he lowered the overall height so you could have better vision over the back, which is great because I backed into something one time because I didn't see over the spoiler.
Let me tell you something. He nailed it because yesterday when I drove this car, not only can I see out the back, but I can see out the front differently. There's the way that they have done everything for me in this. They literally, when they talk about making the car perfect for the person that they are overhauling it for, they absolutely do not leave a stone unturned, and they absolutely did that for me, and it's just unbelievable. I mean, it's so comfortable. They also, let's talk about the glass that Eddie did, because he did a number here on the back and the side. I mean,
he did the side windows,
right? But
he didn't do the back. Well, actually, he did. He reshaped it.
Yeah, he totally.
That's right. He reshaped it. This they rounded and reshaped, rounded all the corners and reshaped the back glass, and then he custom made the side windows because Chip, the side windows used to come up to here, and Chip lowered it to here because he wanted that line of the side window with the rear hatch to flow.
Yeah, the lines on this thing, and we can do a side by side, but the lines are just so sexy and sleek. And what's great about it is that it's one of those things that you still recognize it as a Daytona Coupe, but when you start really diving into it, you see the amount of hours that they put into this with the fiberglass. It was something like, it was crazy. It was like, wasn't it like almost 2,000 man hours just in fiberglass?
It was 1,400 hours in bodywork alone before they even went to paint.
I mean, they literally did. I mean, well, you guys will see it on the episode. It's just insane. They widened the back.
Yep.
So this is wider.
Wider flares. Dish wheels, those custom Foose Memphis
and listen,
wheels.
I have something to say for all of you wheel haters out there. I'm going to say you straight right now. I know that they're not period correct, and I have nothing but the utmost appreciation for everything that is like, you know, vintage and period correction, all of that. I mean, nothing warms my heart more than that. But for me personally, and just remember, they designed the car for the person that they're overhauling. But for me personally, these wheels are like one of my favorite parts of the vehicle. I love the wheels. I love the wheels. I love them so much, and they're just, I love every part about it. And there's a story behind the wheels too, Doug. The wheels, the shape of the wheels.
Oh, the
pattern.
Yeah,
the Shelby.
Yeah, they're the Shelby wheel.
Shelby wheels.
This is called the Memphis wheel.
Thank you. I couldn't.
And Memphis is a reference back to the movie Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage, his character Memphis,
right,
who was stealing the Shelby Eleanor.
Okay,
and so these were the Shelby Eleanor wheels that Chip developed along with his company MHT, who produces the wheels for him.
So I personally love the wheels, guys. I mean, the more bling, the better, as far as I'm concerned. So that is like absolutely one of my favorites.
Yep, that's the most consistent negative comment we've gotten on the car.
It's the only thing
is
that
the wheel.
Just the wheels. Some people don't like them. The girls do, though.
Some people do question the paint on the hood.
Oh, let's talk about the paint on the hood. I love so much what he did here. So this is like the signature of the vehicle right here. And I was wearing a floral dress. My girlfriend Leanne and her now husband Walt were getting married, and they had a Hawaiian bridal party. And so Doug and I, it was like a co-ed bridal party, and everybody had to dress up in Hawaiian print. And so I had a picture on Facebook in this dress, and Chip was inspired by it, and he loved the floral print that was in there. But ironically, what's so cool about that dress is I've only worn it twice. Once at Leanne's party, and that's the picture that he pulled. And then the second time prior to that was my very first healthy happy hour 5 years ago at our house. And so for me, the meaning of the fact that he pulled that, you know, dress in was just awesome. Not only that, we took a trip to Hawaii when I first left my restaurant, and I love the flower. The meaning of hibiscus means the perfect wife, which we did not know, and Chip did not know. So there's that whole element too. And so there's just so much wrapped up in that, and I absolutely love the flowers on this car. I wouldn't say I'm like a Hawaiian person or like a Hawaiian girl or, you know, like anything like that. But for this, it's absolutely perfect. And I love the color pink. I'm glad he brought that in. Yeah, I love the flowers. They're like my favorite. And the pink pinstripe. See the pink pinstripe in there, which is really cool. Front bumpers are awesome. He took the front grill, like, right, that part. And what he wanted to do is he wanted to mirror the shape. So in here, this shape mirrors the back end of the car. So we can go back and kind of see it, but it takes on the same shape. So when you see the original, you know, way it was, it's quite different. And then the bumpers, he removed the covers that were here, which they needed to go. Yeah. So I'm really stoked about that.
Chip was all about making it more elegant, and that definitely makes it much more elegant.
It's all about elegant badassery, as you'll see on the episode, which I absolutely love. And it's funny because, you know, as a mark on the show, they don't tell you. You don't get to know what's going on with the vehicle. And when it was revealed, they had me like not blindfolded, but I had to close my eyes, and they're like, what do you envision the car? And I said, I just know it's going to be badass, not knowing that on, you know, behind the scenes they were talking about it being elegant badassery.
Yeah, AJ says let the badassery begin.
So it's kind of we were all feeling each other's energy, and there's something special about Chip because I truly believe he is gifted in such a way that he knows the person without knowing them.
Yeah.
And it's
Let's
magical.
talk about the side vents.
That's one of my favorite really cool
parts of the car.
Yeah, so Pete, Brock, and Lance really like that too. So the old one, it was like a square and just kind of, it was like one piece as a square. And so he did some really cool stuff in there. And again, he added this, you know, just
sphere.
The lines. Yeah, the sphere, thank you. And, you know.
While I'm down here, are these side pipes?
Let's talk about the exhaust.
Yeah.
Can we open this up?
Yeah, we can.
You guys think the outside is pretty? Wait until you see what is underneath.
Yeah, I mean, what Chip did with this car isn't just an appearance package, folks.
No, it is absolute function, badassery, all the way inside and out. I mean, he literally transformed this thing. Look at this, my friends. 427, Roush. They painted the block pink. Look at that. Fuel injection. I mean, just incredible. And then the exhaust. Rich, look at that.
Rich Waiters from MagnaFlow did a full X pipe. So, of course, there's 4 cylinders on this side. So it goes 2 into 1 and 2 into 1. And then those 2 through the X pipe back into 2 true dual side pipes.
And it sounds so freaking good, you guys. It's outrageous.
You'll hear it in a minute. We'll stop looking and get cooking here in just a few minutes.
Are we going to turn it on?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Full True Track front accessory package.
It's just so clean.
All nice and polished up,
Let's give a shout out to our friend over at Roush, man. I mean, he was incredible.
Jim Kemp at Roush hooked us up, and also this is fuel injected. It's got a.
I said that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Well,
cool then. So yeah, and
but yeah, talk about the fuel injection. Sorry.
We got the tag from Roush when they dynoed it, so it's 543 horse. 555 torque.
Yeah, it's beefy.
Yeah, so it's strong.
It is strong. Doug got a little scared when I got behind the wheel. Yes.
Yeah, you were hammering it a little hard.
Well, I want to see what she had.
Yeah. Well, what about what's inside?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Here, I'll grab the door handle for you.
So again, I mean, every bit of this is. It's just everywhere you look, you get excited and happy, and you feel good. So I love the interior of this car, the way that it feels. I mean, look at that. The gauges are incredible. The coloring, the interior that was done by Al's Garage.
Yep.
Just spectacular work. I
Little
love the blue.
hand-painted hibiscus, courtesy of Brock Foose.
Thank you, Brock. Look at that. So darn cute. It's a really sweet touch. But I love the accent with the blue piping that they did and the blue stitching.
Yeah,
on
the French seams on the dash.
Thank you. I was looking for the word.
Yep, amazing.
Air conditioning works like a freaking charm. I mean, everything is just...
And there's one little thing missing.
Oh, my center thing, it's coming though.
Yep.
Right here?
Yep.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, they're doing
You're going to get the
something
nice
special.
custom Foose center cap. We were just actually chatting back and forth about that.
Thank you, Carson.
And Chip may have it done at the shop. If not, he's going to make a new one.
All right.
So that will be the perfect little cherry on the sundae for the interior.
Now let's talk about Andreas and Chip and this little section that happened over here. So Chip had an idea that he wanted to move the gas cap back, and just that one move from like here, right? It was like here to here.
Yep.
Created a whole like massive amount of fiberglass work.
It was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
So they Frenched that in on a Daytona. Normally that's just
beautiful.
a large round hole, and they actually Frenched that in and moved it 2 inches back. So
It just looks so good.
that was a lot of work.
The whole thing was.
And they did flare the front as well as the rear. The other thing on the front, forgot to mention the front vent opening right here was a single opening in a completely different shape. Chip wanted that to complement the shape of the car. And then after he mocked it up and started working on it, he was looking in a book and saw where the original... oh, James Chen's watching. Happy birthday, James.
Happy birthday, James.
I'm sure you're all matchy-matchy for your birthday. And we have matchy-matchy shirts to go with the car, courtesy of Chip. So I will send you a picture of us in our matchy-matchies for you. We got the matchy-matchy game going strong, man. We'll have to show you that. But happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, James.
I can't wait to see what sort of quote-unquote chicken you'll be making for your birthday.
If you guys aren't following James Chen on Facebook, you really require doing so.
You're missing out. There should be a cover charge.
He is the most hilarious person I have ever met in my life. Like, seriously. Like, that guy is unbelievable.
So that front vent was really cool, and then he closed off the little wire vents that were on the hood just to smooth that out. But just all the little things. Oh, and these the little scoops.
Oh yeah, the scoops.
Yeah, he lowered those down and flowed those into the bodywork, so they look a lot nicer yet still functional.
I have regular nice seat belts instead of the 4 points.
Yep, 3 point.
3 point
Retractable belts.
I said 4 points.
Instead of
sorry.
the 4 points. No, they were 4 point.
Yeah, right? Okay.
Yeah, you had it right.
I had it right. Yeah, and the clutch. Let's talk about the clutch.
Oh my gosh.
The clutch is amazing. It's like so easy for me.
What kind of
drive.
clutch do you have?
I have a center force clutch.
That's right. Center force diad twin disc clutch.
I was just gonna say.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you, Will Beatty, Mr. Clutch.
And there's something special that he did on that clutch. You were telling me.
Yeah, on the flywheel, I think the flywheel's actually got a special engraving on it that says Overhauling.
Oh, Will, love you, and love to you too, Kim. So should we fire this up, or you want to show him the pink calipers?
Oh,
Those are fun.
yep. He did the brake calipers in this nice magenta pink to match the engine
Little
block.
Foose caps are fun.
Yeah, and that's similar to what's going to be on the steering wheel center.
Let's show him the back again. 'Cause I just will give one more.
All right, I'm
view.
gonna lower the hood, the bonnet.
Look at the other side. I absolutely love it.
But the back is most people's favorite thing on the car.
When they did the reveal, I got stuck on the back. I literally, my knees, I felt like my knees were going to buckle a little bit because I was just so taken aback by the beauty of it. I love this angle of the car because you could just see all the way through and all the lines, and it's just beautiful. I like the plate on there too.
I do too.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's
very
all
cool.
just
It's
incredibly well done. The A-Team and Eric Voss, a special shout out to Eric Voss,
Eric, man.
who worked past the episode to make sure the car was just right and did an amazing job along with Rich Waitis far beyond the episode. But yeah, a lot of people got to see this at SEMA. It was in the 3M collision repair booth outside. And so a ton of people saw it at SEMA last year, but I don't think anyone got to hear it.
Or very, very small amount.
Yeah. And they definitely didn't get to hear it with the custom headers on it.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
It just sounds so good.
So why don't you jump in and fire her up?
Am I gonna fire up? Is this seat back?
It's back.
Okay.
For me.
So bear with me, guys, for a hot second. I also have sandals on, but that's okay.
That's okay.
Shows you guys the function.
Just gonna fire it up and give her a few revs.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. Everybody sound up.
All right. All right.
That idle. Oh my God. Oh, give her a couple more. There we go. Wow. Man, it sounds good. Oh, shout outs to Aeromotive, who supplied the in-tank pump for the EFI system. A lot had to be done to modify
I want to show you
everything for fuel injection.
this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see something so fun.
A little
Look at this.
leftover from the show. Episode 1002, that's season 10, episode 2, Shelby Cobra.
Isn't that fun? And then the backside is very faint, but
Yeah.
so fun. Sorry, I can't see with the sunglasses. Yeah, exciting stuff. Can't even begin to express the amount of gratitude that I have for this.
I can't begin to express how excited I am to go home in it today.
The big question is going to be who gets to drive her. We're going to have to flip because
Oh,
we're
boy.
both so excited. Doug drove her in today for the first time.
You got to drive it yesterday. I didn't
I
get to
wouldn't let him
drive it
drive it
yesterday.
yesterday. I was like, you're not driving it. It's all mine. Although you did back it in the garage.
Yeah.
You backed it into the garage. But yeah. Yeah, so we'll be seeing a lot more of this out on the streets now. It's gonna go off to our friends at McGuire's for a day in the bay very, very soon.
Thank you, Mr. Stoops.
And once we get through that, Mitch Lanzini is going to help us figure out the best way to protect the paint, and then we'll be off and running. So I think that's it for now, Doug, unless there's anything else you want to say.
Oh, speaking of Mitch Lanzini,
Yeah.
the Foose fade. I mean,
the
there's
Foose
just so
fade,
many
yes.
things. We'll
There's
never
so
cover
many
it all.
things. There's so many things.
But I don't know if it shows up, but the paint actually fades from lighter to darker. One of Chip's signature touches. So as you get lower on the car, the paint actually gets darker. Except at the rear, and on the rear cove, he actually did the opposite because of the way the shadows would normally fall. It's actually darker at the top and lighter at the bottom. And so it naturally accentuates all the shapes on the car. So there you have it. We've been very excited to get the car back, to have it in our hands, and to drive it. And I think you're happy.
Oh, happy is like, if there was there's happy, there's joy, there's blissful, there's every emotion on the high frequency side of the spectrum is pretty much where I'm living.
Awesome.
And, loving it. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, thanks for joining, and we can't wait to share this with everybody. So we'll be back out, but
Coming soon to a cruiser show near you
Yeah.
once we start reopening America.
For sure. And make sure you guys, everybody, hop on and watch season 10. Watch all the seasons, but I believe it's every Tuesday now, right?
Yep, every Tuesday
Tuesday? Trend
here
TV?
on our thing, it's at 6 p.m. and again at 9 p.m. But check your listings. But this Tuesday, Shelby Shenanigans with this lady.
And you.
And me.
And
And this. And you'll get to see how Chip transformed it from what it was into this beautiful piece of rolling art. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you again soon.